the tailboard of that to a brush rig, and then we had an old U-Haul trailer type thing that we used and made an actual sleigh to drag behind the pickup, fire department pickup. And it just got a little more elaborate, and we had some artists, and they actually painted the mistletoe and stuff on it and put lights on it. And
well, Tim Lemon cut out the reindeer stuff.
Yeah. Well, at first we didn't have the reindeer, and then we had the reindeer, or we had one reindeer, and then we had more reindeer. And we had a red nose on a reindeer.
Yeah.
It just kept getting more elaborate, and
But I think that really gets back to the answer to our fire department. Our fire department's always been very supportive of our community.
yes.
In doing things.
Right.
Always been there, you know. And I think that's been one of the reasons it's done so well.
Yeah. Now, after your retirement, I understand you kind of carried on this tradition over there in Hawaii and introduced it to a lot of folks over there.
No, it's a different situation. Of course, on the Big Island, they do have volunteers, and along with it, all paid. They have a good department there. But the equipment they had when I was first on over, I couldn't believe they were running things like that and trying to put out fires. But they started getting some, they started training better. It wasn't on account of me, but it really improved immensely. Tell you what, my first experience over there, down the road from us, there was a little kind of a brush fire, weeds there. I grabbed my shovel and said, I'll go down and help put this out. Hey, I hit that lava rock and I shovel shook in my hand, and I said, hey, there ain't no place for me here. That was terrible stuff. And they wanted me to join the volunteers. And I said, you don't need a 70-year-old man stumbling across this lava rock with a hose and breaking their neck. So, yeah, I didn't do much fun.
But we did do some Mr. and Mrs. Santa over there too, for preschool kids, and also a service organization that we belong to over there put on a big thing every Christmas for all the kids, and they would give 60, 70 bicycles and all kinds of stuff so that every child got a toy.
Neat.
And so we played Mr. and Mrs. Claus for a few years over there too.
Cool. So then there was the hula dancing. You want to share a little bit about that over there?
I wish I had a film of the men's portion of I was in one year. I tell you what, the audience were standing ovation.
When the ones that weren't laying on the floor
Were
laughing.
But it was fun. Yeah.
Yes, after I'd had a heart attack over there, they wanted me to get into an exercise group, and my neighbor belonged to this hula class, and she says, well, you can come to hula with me, that's good exercise. So I started going to hula, and then a few years in, then we got the men involved in it. There was one particular dance that they wanted to do that needed to have men in it, and so we got the men involved in it. So they spent 3 different years. We went to competition, I think, with the men doing the hulas.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
But I want to say something else. The most beautiful hula dancer.
Yeah, I
He's
bet.
prejudiced.
I bet. So this is to be a little bit reflective now. You came back here about, 2 years ago?
4 years ago.
4 years ago. Back to the Key Peninsula after being in Hawaii for, what, about
12 years.
12 years, that long. Wow, time flies. Think of the major changes that you can think of compared to when you first came to the Key Peninsula, or where? I mean,
The traffic.
That's what I was gonna say too, it's cars.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez.
When we used to work out of the Key Center Fire Station in the early days, we'd go up to the Red Dog across the road to get something for lunch. We never even looked to see if there was a car coming.
Sure.
We just take off, go across the road, and now you have to stand there and wait for.
yeah. When Mary talks about Red Dogs, we'd probably now know it as the Blend, or what
Yes,
used to be the
yes,
Blend.
yes.
But that used to be the sandwich shop for the fire station.
Yes,
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
it was a little bit of everything over there. It was an antique shop for a while and secondhand, and I don't know what all was up there, but
Fred probably remembers when it was a gun shop, no?
oh yeah, it was a gun shop.
I can remember building it.
Yeah.
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 And I won't say.
No, don't say anything about a tag on the roof. Oh.
Okay. Can you think of anything that we ought to talk about since you've come back? Or that you wanted to share with us?
No, they've got more equipment, better equipment. They
More
got more
training.
people, in which, this all goes with there's more people needing help.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I think it's doing good. I wouldn't, it's actually growing better, faster than I thought it ever would, but
Yeah.
it's good.
Have you gotten involved, or are you interested in or want to say anything about the fire department buying up downtown Key Center?
No, I don't want to enter into that.
Don't really know the
Yeah,
particulars of
I
it, and
understand.
so it would be,
Yeah,
just,
that's kind of a interesting topic around town nowadays.
Yeah,
Everybody has some kind of an opinion, or they're keeping it to themselves very wisely sometimes. Now you're living out at, what area is it?
Neck of the woods.
Lake of the Woods,
Yeah.
yeah. Are you renting out there, or did you buy another
No,
house?
Bought.
You bought a house, okay, good, so.
It's not Hawaii, yo.
No. We love the peninsula, but we miss Hawaii.
I bet.
I had a brother Dale that was sick, and so we come over to visit,
To help.
and the kids and everything. They kept all twisting on our arms to move back.
Yeah,
I'm not certain it was the right idea yet, but we're here,
yeah,
and we're making most of it.
yeah,
But he passed away, and
yeah.
it's just like everything else. If we went back to Hawaii right now, in the same area,
It's all
there's
changed.
a lot of people we wouldn't know because they're gone.
Yeah.
Sure.
As you get older, these people disappear.
Yeah, it kind of surprised me when it said that you'd been back, or you were over there for 10 years, because that's quite a span of time.
Yeah.
You've been back here, how long?
Well, it's actually is 5 years now.
5 years,
Yeah,
and that-
just the 1st of May. was
That's
5.
amazing. It doesn't seem like 15 years since you guys actually went to Hawaii. You had some pictures of your parents, and let's see if we can get a picture. You can kind of hold those up there. Okay. Okay, you want to tell us the story here?
This is Fred's parents. And that's the mode of dress back in those days. His dad was a logger. He needs to tell you about that.
Well, he had done logger. Like I said, he was back in the early 40s, and in the late 30s, he was steamboat working.
Yeah.
He worked in the Navy Yard during World War II, and he did a little bit of everything, I think.
Do you have any idea approximately what year this picture may have been taken?
Oh, that's on the Heron Road. Up in front of that monastery, I think.
Probably in the late 30s, early 40s.
Oh, no, that'd be in the
40s, 50s.
late 40s.
Late 40s.
Late 40s? Yeah. Okay. And you've got another picture
But
here.
there would be, I was a woods boy.
This is you.
That's Fred,
me,
yeah.
So we know that one was taken after 1937.
That's right.
Probably about 19...
I think if I went up there in the old place on the Heron Road, I could find out, show you where that part was taken at.
I'll be there.
Maybe my hand's shaking.
I'll pull in there just really close and see how good this camera is as far as getting a close-up. Yeah, we're getting a little bit too sporting on this.
Interesting.
So anyway, this is Fred, about probably 1938, 39, something like that.
Yeah, 39 probably.
Yeah, okay. Very good. Did I see another one there?
Huh?
This is his daughter Denise wearing the same hat that he was wearing as a kid.
Oh, okay. Okay. So how many children did you have, Fred?
Me?
Yeah,
Two.
two. Denise?
Denise and Eileen.
Denise and Eileen, okay. Mary, how many children did you have?
4.
You have 4. And what are their names?
Marty, Sherry, Kenny, and Andy.
Yeah, okay.
And Kenny's no longer with us. He passed away a couple of years ago, so so we still have the T-shirt over there.
I had,
Are you ready
oh,
for
yeah.
that yet?
Oh yeah, bring it on, yeah.
The T-shirt.
Oh, there.
And over the years, we were involved in starts of many things, many parades and Cider Fest, but the Key Peninsula Fair.
Yeah, can you hold it, yeah, straight up there like that, yeah. So about what vintage would this have been?
That was in the late 80s, was it? The last part of the 80s, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, is when that came to pass.
Okay.
that was quite an event.
Yeah, that was a big undertaking for a community the size we were at that time, so.
Would that have been the one down there in the volunteer park?
Yep.
Where they brought in elephants? And
They brought
Mike
in
Salatino
the big, yeah.
helped put that
big
thing on.
Ferris wheel and,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
all of those things, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
they had a real fair there.
Yes, it was a real fair.
The likes of which we haven't seen since.
For, yeah, I don't remember how many years we put that on, but it was a lot of work anyway.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was 3 years, but it may have been more.
I
Huh,
thought,
okay.
yeah, 3 or 4.
Okay. Okay. So that's really neat. I really appreciate you guys taking your time. I'm gonna ask you one more time if there's any other things you want to bring up or talk about, and then we'll kind of switch over to Mary and talk about equal rights and women's firefighting and how that goes.
Oh, I don't-
She has equal rights with me.
I bet she does. Okay, again, well, thank you guys. I really appreciate you taking your time to make your contribution to this oral history program here at the Key Peninsula Historical Society.